Have you ever stopped to think that without you realizing it, your body is constantly being controlled by invisible forces? No, we're not talking about magic, but something far more powerful and real. Hormones. These tiny chemical substances are responsible for influencing practically everything in your life, from your mood to the decisions you make daily. And believe me, their impact goes far beyond what most people imagine. Want to discover how they control even your most intimate emotions and behaviors? Get ready, because in this video, you're going to understand the hidden power of human hormones and how they affect every aspect of your existence. We're going to reveal fascinating insights that will completely change the way you see what's truly guiding your actions. And who knows, you might even start using this knowledge to your advantage. 1. What are hormones, and how do they work in the human body? Hormones are chemical substances produced by endocrine glands that play a crucial role in practically every bodily function. Think of them as messengers, carrying information through the bloodstream to different parts of the body, instructing organs and cells on what to do and when to act. From mood control to regulating metabolism, hormones are like conductors orchestrating the harmonious functioning of our bodies. The complexity of this hormonal network is so intricate that without it, we wouldn't be able to perform basic functions like eating, sleeping, or even thinking. For example, insulin, a hormone produced by the pancreas, is vital for blood sugar control, regulating the energy our cells need to function. When we think of hormones, it's easy to associate them only with emotions or menstrual cycles, but their influence goes much further. Each type of hormone has a specific role. Growth hormone, for instance, is responsible for stimulating bone and muscle growth, especially during childhood and adolescence. Thyroid hormones, like thyroxine, are essential for keeping metabolism running at the right pace. The hormonal system is so finely tuned that even a slight imbalance can have significant effects. Just a lack or excess of one hormone can result in serious conditions like hypothyroidism caused by insufficient thyroxine, or diabetes when there are problems with insulin production. The human body is capable of adjusting hormone levels automatically in response to environmental demands or internal conditions. When you're under stress, for instance, your body quickly releases cortisol, the hormone that prepares the body for fight or flight situations. However, excessive and prolonged cortisol release can cause issues like a weakened immune system. And it's exactly this adaptability orchestrated by hormones that keeps us alive and balanced. But this story doesn't end here, because the true influence of hormones on us goes far beyond just physiological functions. 2. The influence of hormones on emotions and behaviors. It's fascinating to realize how our hormones have the power to shape our daily emotions and behaviors, often without us being fully aware of it. When we're happy, sad, or anxious, we usually think of external situations as the cause. But in reality, hormones play a deep role in these reactions. One of the most well-known in this area is serotonin, often called the happiness hormone. Serotonin is directly linked to mood regulation, sleep, and even appetite. When levels are balanced, a person tends to feel good and stable. However, low levels of serotonin can lead to depression, insomnia, and even food cravings. This delicate hormonal balance can determine whether we have a productive and light day or one filled with frustration and irritability. Besides serotonin, another powerful hormone is dopamine, known as the pleasure and reward hormone. It's behind the feeling of satisfaction we experience when reaching a goal, eating something delicious, or even engaging in physical activity. Dopamine is closely tied to the brain's reward system, making us want to repeat activities that brought us pleasure in the past. This is one reason why many people become addicted to activities that provide instant gratification. Interestingly, even simple activities like listening to a song we love trigger the release of dopamine, showing how small acts can dramatically change our mood. On the other hand, cortisol is the hormone that comes into play during stressful situations. It helps us face dangers and challenges, but when released excessively, it can be harmful. In normal situations, cortisol prepares us to act quickly, raising blood pressure and sugar levels. However, in the modern world where stress is almost constant, many of us live with elevated cortisol levels, which can lead to health issues like chronic anxiety, sleep disorders, and even weight gain. And while this happens quietly in the body, these hormonal changes can go unnoticed for days until the symptoms become obvious. But there's still more to understand about how these hormones shape different aspects of our lives. 3. Hormones and the reproductive cycle. From puberty to menopause. The hormonal journey throughout the human reproductive cycle is a true roller coaster, starting at puberty and extending to menopause, with a few significant milestones along the way. At puberty, sexual hormones like estrogen in women and testosterone in men come into full force, marking the onset of sexual maturity. These hormones not only trigger physical changes like the development of secondary sexual characteristics, breasts, body hair, deeper voice, etc., but also directly impact behavior and emotions. Puberty is a phase of intense emotional changes, often attributed to hormonal fluctuations that make teens more impulsive, sensitive, and sometimes unpredictable. During this phase, the body is adjusting to its new hormonal normal, which reflects in nearly every aspect of a teenager's life. Moving into adulthood, these hormones continue to play a fundamental role in the reproductive cycle. For women, the menstrual cycle is regulated by a delicate dance between estrogen and progesterone. Throughout the month, these hormones prepare the body for a possible pregnancy, and their fluctuations are responsible for symptoms like mood swings and menstrual cramps. In men, testosterone is the primary hormone, responsible for maintaining sperm production, sexual desire, and physical energy. It's interesting to note that even during this phase, small hormonal changes can have deep impacts. For example, premenstrual syndrome, PMS, in women can be emotionally devastating due to the abrupt drop in estrogen and progesterone, leading to irritability, sadness, or anxiety. In the final stage of this reproductive journey, women enter menopause, and men experience andropause. Menopause, which typically occurs around age 50, marks the end of menstrual cycles and brings a sharp drop in estrogen levels. This change can lead to symptoms like hot flashes, insomnia, and mood changes. For men, andropause is characterized by the gradual decrease of testosterone, which can result in a drop in libido, fatigue, and even depression. Both processes show how hormones are essential not only for reproduction, but also for physical and emotional well-being throughout life. But hormones don't stop there. They also control something fundamental for our survival: metabolism and appetite. The power of hormones in controlling appetite and metabolism. Appetite and metabolism, two functions essential to our survival, are directly regulated by hormones, acting as true guardians of our energy balance. One of the most well-known is insulin, a hormone produced by the pancreas that plays a central role in regulating blood glucose levels. When we eat, especially foods high in carbohydrates, insulin is released to help cells absorb glucose and convert it into energy. When this function is impaired, as in type 2 diabetes, the body loses its ability to control blood sugar levels, leading to serious health complications. Insulin, therefore, not only controls sugar metabolism, but also influences how the body stores fat. Another crucial hormone in appetite control is ghrelin, often referred to as the hunger hormone. Produced in the stomach, ghrelin sends signals to the brain, indicating it's time to eat. Interestingly, studies show that ghrelin levels increase before meals and decrease right after we eat. However, in cases of sleep deprivation, ghrelin levels tend to rise, which may explain why many people feel hungrier and end up eating more after a poor night's sleep. This connection between sleep and hormones is a clear example of how our lifestyle directly affects hormonal balance. Additionally, restrictive diets and prolonged fasting can also disrupt ghrelin levels, making appetite control even more challenging. On the flip side, leptin, known as the satiety hormone, plays the opposite role of ghrelin. Produced by fat cells, leptin signals the brain that we've eaten enough and it's time to stop. However, in people who are overweight or obese, a condition called leptin resistance can occur, where the body becomes insensitive to this hormone. This means that even with high levels of leptin, the brain doesn't get the satiety message, leading to continued food intake and weight gain. This complex relationship between leptin, ghrelin, and insulin shows just how essential hormonal balance is for maintaining a healthy weight and a good quality of life. And the power of these hormones extends even further, influencing our longevity and long-term health. Number 5. Fascinating facts about the role of hormones in longevity and health. When we think about aging and longevity, hormones play a fundamental role that goes far beyond what many imagine. Growth hormone, GH, for instance, is one of the main drivers of cellular development during childhood and adolescence, but its impact isn't limited to those stages. Even in adulthood, GH continues to influence cell renewal, tissue repair, and even the maintenance of muscle mass. However, as we age, the production of this hormone gradually decreases, contributing to physical decline, loss of strength, and skin elasticity, typical signs of aging. Some modern anti-aging therapies focus on supplementing this hormone to help combat the effects of time, though its long-term effects are still being studied. Another important hormone in the aging process is melatonin, known for regulating the sleep cycle. Produced by the pineal gland in the brain, melatonin plays a crucial role in regulating our biological clock, or circadian rhythm. As we age, melatonin production decreases, resulting in sleep disturbances, which in turn affect other aspects of health. Poor sleep, as we know, not only impacts mood and cognition, but can also increase cortisol levels, the stress hormone, creating a vicious cycle that accelerates aging. Interestingly, some research suggests that maintaining healthy sleep habits can help keep melatonin levels balanced, slowing down some effects of aging. Beyond GH and melatonin, sex hormones also play an interesting role in longevity. Studies indicate that balanced levels of testosterone in men and estrogen in women can have a protective effect on the cardiovascular system, reducing the risk of heart disease. However, as these hormones decline with age, so does that protection, helping explain why heart problems tend to increase in older adults. In some cultures like Japan, where life expectancy is among the highest in the world, hormonal balance is seen as one of the pillars of longevity. But this hormonal dance, which begins at birth, doesn't end here. Now that we understand how hormones influence our health, the next step is to think about how to apply this knowledge in daily life to live a more balanced life. Now that you know how much your hormones influence your life, the question is, what can you do with this knowledge? Understanding how these little substances shape your mood, choices, and even your health could be the key to living more balanced and mindful. Is what you're feeling today purely emotional, or are your hormones playing a more active role than you thought? Think about it. And as you reflect, remember that learning more about how the human body works is an important step toward mastering aspects of your own life. And why stop here? If you enjoyed discovering these fascinating insights about hormones, there's much more waiting for you. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you can keep learning about the amazing mysteries of the human body and the world around you. And tell me, do you think your hormones control you? Or have you already learned how to control them? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear what you think.